My name is Fuad Zayat, and this will be my scenario analysis for critical thinking. So I've decided to combine both the scenario analysis skill and the think aloud skill for my presentation. My method of modeling my critical thinking is through a murder mystery where I'm gamifying critical thinking. This lesson is meant to teach students to consider multiple perspectives, consider evidence, analyze complex scenarios with multiple variables, and to justify their conclusions. So the way that I would teach critical thinking through modeling is basically using the scenario analysis as a means of using the think aloud. So me first modeling the think aloud and then allowing the students to complete the scenario analysis themselves. So I'll give students the following story. Last night at the Evershade Gallery and Museum, beloved curator Dr. Ronaldo was found dead in the Ancient Egypt exhibit, which was locked. Your job will be to act as junior detectives. I will first model how I would try to solve the murder, and then you will each get an opportunity to solve it yourselves. The idea is to both model my thinking process and then allowing students to act upon the information once I've provided it with them. First, I'll show the evidence. So I would present a poster, slides, or handouts with the following information. I would have museum hours, a list of open hours employees, a list of closed hours employees, an autopsy with a cause and time of death, and short interviews and background information on employees. First, I would analyze the evidence, tell students the following. First, I'm going to go ahead and compile all the evidence we have. Looking at the autopsy, I can see that the time of death was 6 p.m. This paper that has the museum hours says it closes at 4 p.m. Using these two pieces of data, I can deduce that the murder happened while the museum was closed. That also means the people inside the museum were most likely employees who worked there during closing hours. Then I would model how I would analyze the evidence by looking at all the different suspects. Let's see who the employees were. We have Aaron, the security guard. He says he was fixing a circuit breaker when the murder happened. He has keys to all the rooms in the museum, and he used to be in the military. He could possibly be the murderer. He has military experience, and he has access to every room in the building. The exhibit was locked, and only he and the victim had the keys. Maya, the art restorer. In her interview, it was revealed she had a rather big argument with the victim about changing the Ancient Egypt exhibit. She said she was working in the East Wing and left early before the murder took place. However, the camera footage in the East Wing did not have any recording of Maya. This seems suspicious to me. My second assumption is that Maya could be the murderer. She fought with the victim before she was found dead and lied about where she was. The third assumption I will make is that Jonah the intern was the one who did it. Jonah was researching alone in the archives. He is known to be very passionate about the Egyptian exhibit. He was found near the scene of the crime, looking dazed and confused. If Jonah was found near the scene of the crime, did he witness something, or was he the one who did it? I would then question my assumptions in front of the students. I would ask, am I biased by Maya's disagreement with the victim? Do I have any solid evidence or just suspicions? And analyze any facts that contradict my initial assumptions. I would then gather further evidence. I would review the facts, create a timeline, and investigate the evidence for clues. Afterwards, I would revise my thinking. As I review the timeline, I noticed that Jonah's location doesn't quite add up. Also, Aaron had access to the exhibit and wasn't seen by anyone. I first thought it was Maya, but she didn't have access to the exhibit. Perhaps she lied because she was afraid of being a suspect. Maybe I should reconsider my original theory. I would then, after revising the evidence, come up with a new theory, believing Aaron is the most likely suspect, stating that he had opportunity, access, motive, and no real alibi. However, I would also stipulate to my students that I'm only human and my theory may have holes in it. I would stipulate that perhaps I missed something in the clues and evidence. I would then instruct the students to work in pairs and try to come up with their own theory. Thank you for listening to my video. I appreciate it.